Samyo, your English instructor, and today we're going to deal with Unit 20, Science and Technology, titled Taking My Son to College, where technology has replaced serendipity. So, let's begin.
Unit 20, Science and Technology. Taking my son to college, where technology has replaced serendipity. My son Hayden started college last week. Like many parents of freshmen, my husband and I drove him to school together. The back of the car filled with essentials like extra long twin sheets, a clip-on light for his bunk bed, and a random mix of extension cords. The milk crates, shower caddy, and 3 ring binders we helped him carry up the stairs flashed me back to my own first days of college. But they weren't the only reason this experience felt so familiar. 3 decades ago, I was a freshman at the same university, unlike Hayden, who grew up outside of New York and attended a competitive suburban high school. I was the only student from my small town in Maine to go to Yale, one of the few to even venture out of state, and I had no idea what I was getting into. I was lucky, in a way, to be so naive I didn't know what I didn't know. I floated through my first year obliviously unaware of the social currencies being exchanged around me, only dimly perceiving markers of wealth and status. When a fellow student bragged about his Alfa Romeo, I thought he meant a Camaro, the fanciest car I ever seen. When a classmate casually mentioned that she was meeting her parents in Gstaad for the long weekend, I assumed it was a town in Connecticut. Imagine my surprise when I realized that actor Vanderbilts lived in Vanderbilt Hall. But it wasn't just my relative lack of sophistication that made my experience so vastly different from my son's. Typewriters and carbon paper, telephones with curly cords, TVs with a few channels and no remotes, cassette tapes, compared with the tools Hayden had at his disposal, I went to college in the Stone Age. Without even thinking about it, my son uses technology in almost everything he does, large and small. He installed Yale-specific apps on his phone that provide information about when the washers and dryers in the basement of his dorm are available, the daily menus of each dining hall, ratings of local restaurants, student contact information, the entire list of classes, and an interactive campus map that shows you where you are and where you're going. Within minutes of learning his 3 suitmates' names this summer, he knew an incredible amount about them. They friended and followed each other on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and immediately had access to each other's prom pictures, family vacation shots, performance videos, philosophical musings. They established an ongoing group text, exchanging information such as who was bringing an Xbox and who had a coffee maker. Soon after arriving on campus, Hayden made a spreadsheet of potential classes, vetting them in advance by using teacher rating sites and watching videos of potential professors on YouTube. There's no question that my son is better prepared for college than I was. He manages his time better, is more efficient and more directed, and spends less time in lines and more time doing exactly what he sets out to do. But I wonder what may be lost. I suspect it's unlikely that he will ever, as I did, trek all the way across campus on a snowy day to a friend's dorm room only to find that person gone, but another roommate available and making a new friend in the process. He won't have to type and retype his papers, using Writeout no less, to make revisions, finding in that process new insights into what he's written. I doubt that he'll make his way to a common room at 9 p.m. every Sunday to watch a specific TV show, LA Law, I'm Thinking of You, bonding with a hearty group of loyalists. I think fondly of the rabbit holes I disappeared down when I researched papers for history and English because I couldn't find quite what I was looking for, or because I had to go through so much material to find examples for my thesis. When you can type a few words into a search engine and land on your topic, or when you can scan a Shakespeare play for specific words or symbols, What opportunities might you miss to expand your thinking in unexpected ways? I worry that students today are more connected and more fragmented, learning more about one another from afar but watching programs on their iPads in their rooms. The knowledge they have at their fingertips may make them more productive, but it may also blunt the thrill of unanticipated discovery. Sometime in my first week on that long ago campus, I found myself hopelessly lost, scrutinizing an indecipherable map when a freshman boy came up to me. "Can I help you with that?" he asked. And though he didn't know his way around any better than I did, we figured it out together. 23 years of marriage later, we're still figuring it out. As Hayden navigates his own journey, I wish for him the satisfaction of productivity and the joy of tapping his potential. But I also hope for him at least some of the wide-eyed wonder I felt as a freshman, the delight of discovering a world that was as remote and unknown to me as a foreign country. And I hope he'll experience the unexpected pleasures of getting lost, of chance encounters, and the incalculable benefits of time wasted for no good reason at all. By Christina Baker Klein. Summarize, taking my son to college where technology has replaced serendipity. So the story is about a mother who reminisces her past as a freshman in the same college as her son is now studying. She talks about the visible differences that she could see when she was there and now when her son is there. She talks about how she had to go to multiple places, stand in long lines, wait for longer hours. However, her son does not have to do that because of the advancement of technology. Technology has made her son's life comparatively easier. They already know who their roommates are. They know what classes they're supposed to go to. They know basically every information that would take the author weeks and months to find out, or perhaps maybe not even find out. However, the author is quite thankful that things have been made easier for her son. However, at the same time, it also worries her. She agrees that the changes have been made all because of development of technology. Had technology not existed in her son's era, or advanced technology might have not existed in her son's era, maybe, just maybe, he would not be as addicted on his phone and look up things that he would normally have to stand in lines for. The author is not in favor of saying that technology should not be used. But the author does worry that perhaps using too much of technology robs the younger generation of stumbling upon things on their own or on by accident, and the joy of discovering new things when they come together with other people or just finding it accidentally might not be present, because every information that we're looking for is available on social medias. So what is serendipity? So serendipity is the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. So if a person present has information all in their cell phones, they do not have any chances of stumbling upon new things on their own because of the information that they receive. However, if they did not have any cell phones, they themselves would have to go around, talk to people, meet new people, see new things, and in that process, they might come across something new. Maybe they'll find a secret hiding place. They can even come across people who have the same hobbies or the same tastes. Maybe perhaps they can come across new restaurants or new places. But this is impossible until and unless cell phones exist. So this is also how, not only cell phone but technology. So this is also one way of how technology actually stops people to stumble on new things. The joy of an individual having to stumble on something new that they might like is going to be lessened almost to a 0% as per the author's saying. So she's thankful that her son does not have to stand in long, long lines, look for things, get lost on the way. However, she is worried that the joy of finding new things on accident is what is being robbed from her son. For example, let's talk about the author's life herself. The author, she was roaming around, she was looking for something. However, she stumbled upon someone new who was a freshman himself, but he offered to help. And in that process of meeting one another, it's been almost 20 years since they got married. So this is just an example. So this is how our author worries about her son not finding serendipity as easily as it used to be compared to her generation. Homework. How does technology stop students from finding serendipity? Use relevant examples. So a few examples have already been mentioned in the chapter. Like I've mentioned, perhaps finding people with same likes or same interests, the joy of meeting new friends. You can give example by looking at students or children around you. Nowadays, students are so busy and so focused on their technology. So by being way too focused in technology, having way too much access because of technology, how has it hampered their finding serendipity? Please write those points and mention it out. If you have any queries or questions, please feel free to email us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. Thank you very much.